Welcome to the Sacred Light Collective, where we explore our experience as a multidimensional spirit in physical form, balancing being in this world but not of it. My name is Ali, your multidimensional guide, so join me as we co-create our shared experiences, conversations with spirit, all things light language, activations and energy as we remember who we truly are. Hello and welcome back to the Sacred Light Collective. You are with Ali and I am delighted to connect with you again with another episode. We have been on quite the journey, my friends. If you have been following along, if you have been one of the ones on the path with me, you know that we have really been leaning into becoming consciously aware of choosing our reality, of shifting our reality, of being more present with how we are showing up and the ways in which we are navigating the challenges that arise, the triggers or expanders, if you like, that come through. And most recently, we have been diving into surrender, to trust. And last episode, I touched on an experience I had with my inner child and feeling that inner child needing to be seen and to be witnessed, to be brought into the light of my awareness. And for those that maybe haven't seen, I do have a Facebook group called Under the Sacred Light Collective, and I will put the link to join that group in the show notes. But we have been connecting in that space to share this journey a little more intimately. So if this is resonating with you, I invite you to pop over, even if you're not a Facebook user, just to access the group. As I've been dropping into that group once a week for a weekly chat, and it's been really exploring and expanding on some of the themes that we have been navigating, both myself, but as our collective, as our Sacred Light Collective, as our soul family. And so it's a way in which we can connect a little bit more deeply, a little bit more intimately together and with the transmissions that are present. And so it is through that group that we have been exploring into particularly the theme of trust. And what I wanted to share with you here was something that came forward for me, and my guides asked me to bring it into the group. And so I know that if it's resonating with that group, then it will be resonating with you here. So I wanted to bring your awareness to what came up for me and that resonated with our community around not knowing when to trust. And this felt like a big aha moment, if you like, because of course, when we are trying to lean in, when we are trying to surrender, to trust, to the flow, how can we fully lean in if there is a part of us that believes it doesn't know when we can trust? And it was interesting for me because this was really coming around my midsection. I was feeling it in my midsection, across the navel, particularly at the back of my body. So as we know with a lot of the energy work through the chakras, the aura work, when we're working in the front of the body, it's a more of a conscious aspect, and then subconscious through the back of the body. So as I tapped into that, it enabled me to explore that a little bit more subconsciously, and enabled me to really bring more of that into my conscious awareness, to bring it more to the light, shall we say, more to the light. And what was really interesting was in receiving that awareness was almost enough to create a little shift, to create some transformation. And that is what is really powerful about consciously choosing, consciously becoming aware of your reality, of your experience, and being really present with it, is that a lot of times all we need to do is to be able to see or to feel, to acknowledge whatever that part is that is coming through. And this really connects with embracing our inner child, our inner children, because a lot of times where this is stemming from, where the root of this is coming through your childhood. And as I explored with you last week, in connecting with my 5-year-old self, there was a lot that consciously I wasn't able to actually access. However, what she was sharing was sitting subconsciously in my system, in my field, influencing, of course, how I showed up, how reactive I was to certain things. And in this case, what this further developed for me in my awareness was reconciling my own inner trust, my ability to trust myself, to trust in myself first and foremost, to then be able to allow me to trust the bigger picture, the higher plan, the higher purpose, the power that is moving through me. And so I wanted to bring this forward just to invite this into your awareness, to invite the opportunity for you to connect more deeply even with an inner child aspect or a part of you, just a part of you that perhaps feels like they don't know when to trust. Because there is an opportunity for you here to embrace this part of you, to bring this into wholeness, into union with yourself, to assist you to be able to trust, to surrender, to move with greater purpose, with more confidence, with more belief and faith in what you are choosing, what you are stepping into, what you are creating, what you are expanding. And I have been working really closely with Kuan Yin, and at first I didn't recognize just the significance of her presence in my field over the last 4 to 6 weeks, but she has really deepened me into a frequency of self-compassion, of self-love, self-acceptance, and guiding me to drop into more grace within myself, to enable me to have more grace for myself. And so I wanted to bring her through. I wanted to bring through a channel transmission to invite her into your field, to invite you to mentor with her as you perhaps navigate any inner child work, any aspects of you that need to be seen and witnessed, any part of you that doesn't know when to trust, to support you to be a little more gentle with yourself. You know, we can be quite critical and hard on ourselves, can't we? That we're getting it wrong. We're not getting it right, we're getting it wrong. Or to have high expectations. You know, there's so much of my inner child aspects that have high expectations, that are perfectionists, that are afraid of getting things wrong or admitting that they don't know enough. And what Kuan Yin has been really mirroring to me and shining the light on is where I can have compassion for those parts of myself and where I can tenderly hold those parts of myself. And sometimes that's all that it is. There's nothing more that I need to do. It's just, you know, almost holding that part of me in a warm embrace. Or just acknowledging that part of me, taking that part of me by the hand. And don't be surprised if you're met with more than one inner child. I feel a bit like a preschool teacher with 30 kids around me at times. I have been expanding my connection to my inner children. And so there are many there. There are many there too that are bringing back to your awareness the divine innocence, the creative, divine, innocent aspect, bringing the joy, bringing the playfulness, the fun, the adventure, the lightness. So remember to also include those inner children. Call in all aspects, all inner children. Because again, we can get focused on what needs to be healed, quote unquote, or what needs some work. But lean on, surrender and trust the parts of you that are in their divine innocence. Bring light to those parts of you as well. Encourage them in. What's dropping in from your inner children right now is to bring those creative geniuses, those divine innocent inner children in to support those that are feeling less than or that are struggling with something or need to be seen. They're forming a circle almost around these children and infusing them with the remembrance of their own original essence, their own divine innocence. So that's just a beautiful image to bring forward as we invite Kuan Yin. So taking a deep breath in and just receiving all of this awareness. Receiving all the parts of you that have been triggered, challenged. Maybe their buttons have been poked a little bit, even through just listening to my share. Allow yourself to be fully present with your heart, with your body, maybe placing your hand on your heart, and one hand on the lower belly, as if you are holding yourself and holding all those parts of you. Andoti shandoroku yinai shamukaina. Kalu yanta isamuka ishanderoku uyanai. Kalu yandoroku yamboku yanda isandoku ushanda. As Kuan Yin steps into your field, you may notice a sudden softness, a peace, a stillness. You may even see her visually. I'm connecting with waves of turquoise, pink, rose pink, white light swirling around in front of you, and it's swirling around the crown of your head. She's inviting you to open your crown chakra on the top of your head, and she's showing me the lotus, allowing the lotus petals to open. Simply allow yourself to receive. Ano roko yenaisham oyati kiseto tushana la tushandera kumai eloyana. She is inviting you to receive her healing waters of compassion, love, and grace. And it feels like this is pouring now. I almost see this image of her holding a jug that is pouring these healing waters. The turquoise, the pink, the white, into the crown of your head. She's inviting you to let go and to receive. And this is softly moving within the body and also just over the top of the body, coating within and without. She's inviting you to breathe in love, breathe in compassion, breathe in grace on your inhale, and exhale that through your body, through your field. Kalutai samuku yanteru kimu hintae tinaira. Tula tuti samuyantai shulana. She's sharing a reminder that it is important to slow down to receive. And this is a reminder for you to remember, to receive, to nourish yourself. This is giving yourself grace. This is allowing the space for grace. Softening and opening the heart a little more. Kalo yante ku yantu shante rugemoya. Rokan hirakayisamu kaina. And you might notice that there is a heaviness to the energy, and I want you to just soften and allow that to come through. It feels like a sense of you really need this. So if it feels like a blanket is weighting down on you, simply allow yourself to let go and receive, and to fill with the healing waters of love, of compassion and grace. Kolantu shanduru koyamai santayena, kolato shena irkoyim kene, leho kamasa terokoyana, lo tayisam koyana. And it might help to repeat to yourself, I receive, I accept. I receive, I accept. I receive, I accept. I receive, I accept. Kantu shalokoya moyana ishalokoyanta. Loko yamukai santush lautina. Kelatush nere kataya no koyama. She's showing me now as you breathe, breathing out from the heart, and it's expanding out in almost crystalline colors of the turquoise, the pink, the white, out from your heart, out through your field, sweeping through your auric field. It's allowing you to expand into love, into compassion, into grace. Let yourself feel that lightness of that expansion. Kalo tai samuku yantiru kushanta. Lo tai samuku yantai. Lo ando shendareku uya. She's inviting you to allow yourself. You are deserving, you are worthy of being. You are worthy, you are deserving of remembering yourself as love, as grace. Kolanero yamoti santu shantero yantero yanturena. Kalo yanto shambola tora kendai. Being shown this sense of you bowing in full surrender, in full trust to this remembering that you are, that you hold, that you're a frequency of compassion, of love, of grace. This is who you are. And Kuan Yin gently anoints your crown, your third eye, your heart, and your feet. As a way of sealing these frequencies, this remembering, assisting you to come back to this frequency in moments of forgetting. Tosha nero goyam nero goyandayana. Kolama isanti shaluko yanatiro goyandayandai. And I'm sensing the emotion that this may be creating within you, and I invite you to simply surrender to the emotion. Surrender to the remembering, surrender to the receiving, surrender to the immense love that is pouring in, that is radiating within you, around you. Kuan Yin is standing before you with one hand, palm facing you. And this is symbolic of being a mirror. She's inviting you to connect with her, to mentor with her, as she becomes the mirror of the love, the compassion and the grace that you are, so that you may always remember, so that you may always feel and receive yourself as love, compassion and grace. La noro isam keshan ukurukuya kalea to shendere tayamo kolaya. And taking a deep breath in as you receive this, receive that flow of lightness that has suddenly lifted over your field in your body. Breathing in, long, slow exhale out, and feeling that lightness shifting from the body through the field, expanding out around you. Kuan Yin bows her head in reverence of love and compassion and grace to you. And I invite you to thank her in any way that feels resonant for you as she steps back. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you, dear friends, for journeying with me again in this episode and connecting with these beautiful frequencies of love, of compassion and grace. May we each also be the mirror as Kuan Yin is for us, for others in our families, our communities, in the collective. May we remember that we are beacons of love, of light, of grace. As always, the light, the love, the divinity within me honors the light, the love, the divinity within you. Namaste. Until next time, much love.